already. Good morning. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Humphrey. Hope everyone is well today. End of March. Madness. Pigeon sitting on the fence, all fluffed up. Bless him. Her. Him. Her. Anyway, good morning. Welcome. Good evening, Sephora. It has been beautiful weather here in Hampshire this week until today. Today it is grey and miserable and raining, but there's a cup of tea on the way. Oh, hello, cup of tea. There's a surprise.
It's the hand.
Thank you.
And a kitchen witch mug too.
It's quite scary.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not a scary mug, it's a nice mug.
Oh, that's a very nice mug. Hello, Lucky Fairy Queen. Hello, Maharet. Welcome. Today I thought we'd talk about what makes you feel witchy, what inspires you to work witchcraft, what puts you in the mood to work spells, work a ritual, connect with your craft in some way. What is the inspiration, the prompt, the push that makes you do that? There's a reason for it. I'll explain in a minute. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Susan from Drizzly, West Sussex. Yep. I'm looking out the window. That's Drizzly, Hampshire today as well. Good morning, Emma. Good morning. Yes, hope everyone's good. It has really felt like spring this week. The garden is starting to come alive. Lots of stuff out there, all buds and leaf, all ready to enter the world. But no, today it's wet, which is why Eric is sitting next to me under a blanket. Don't want to go out there in that. So that's the theme for today. What inspires you to work witchcraft? What prompts you to work it? So I am writing the next book at last, and it is the Witchcraft Daily Practice that I started in lockdown. That's how long ago I started writing that one. So it moved itself to the top of the pile. So that's the one I'm working with at the moment. And I got to the bit about what makes you feel witchy. And so that's what today's subject is, really. Just interested to see what you guys think. I've got my ideas, which I will obviously throw out here, but want to see what you guys think as well. Quick roundup of what's happening. Myself and the girls we're off on a jolly this weekend, actually. We're going herb walking this weekend. But we are at Wandering Witches. I want to say the 12th of April. The link will come up in a minute as if by magic. So Wandering Witches in April. I'm also doing a talk on dragon magic, a workshop actually on dragon magic for the College of Psychic Studies as well. I think that's it for April. But we've got a lot of stuff going on, so have a look on the website. Keep an ave out on the Facebook group as well for details. We've got a lot of stuff coming up that we're doing. Yay, another book, yes. I've got one out this year. There's Prosperity Magic. Will be out in November this year. The one I'm writing at the minute won't be till next year. But if you are interested in following the work in progress, if you are interested in working with daily practice prompts, do have a look at joining our membership forum. It's a bit like a Patreon, but it's run from our own website. £2 a month, and you get to see my work in progress, and you get to follow along with all the daily practice prompts as well. Details on the Kitchen Witch website for that one. Can we sign up for the Dragon Magic Workshop online? Yes, the link will come up in a minute. You need to sign up on the College of Psychic Studies website for that one, because it's being run through them. What prompts your magic? What makes you feel witchy? So it made me think about it because I'm reading a very good series of books, which I am going to have to go and get because they're over the other side of the room. Stay there. Oh, Right, I'm on the second one at the minute. Pete, the Hand, bought me the series for Christmas, I think. These. I'm on book 2 at the minute. Whitehaven Witches. Fantastic. Like absolutely gripping stuff. Really, really good books. Really well written. She is a pagan, so she knows what she's writing about. But reading something like that makes me feel witchy because it is about working magic. It's fiction, but she knows what she's talking about. So that makes me feel witchy if I'm reading something witchy. It doesn't have to be even an actual witchcraft book, something fiction, but about witches. Puts you in the mind to work magic, to want to work magic. Watching TV series, watching films, well, good old practical magic, Hocus Pocus even. Any of the TV series that have got witches or vampires or any of that can make you feel witchy, can put you in the mindset for working magic. It's kind of a prompt, isn't it, to make you feel witchy. Music as well. Particular music that might make you feel witchy, that might put you in the mood. I like the Practical Magic soundtrack, actually. That always makes me feel a bit witchy. Stevie Nicks, I guess, as well. All that kind of stuff that makes you feel witchy. It prompted me, because I was reading the series of books that made me want to work magic, but also because I'm writing about it as well. So, yeah, what prompts you, really? That's the theme for today. What makes you feel witchy? Let's put some of these up. Tina, being out in nature, working with crystals, herbs and candles puts me in a witchcraft mood. Absolutely. But what prompts you to get the candles out? What prompts you to get the crystals out? What prompts you to get the herbs out? That's the question. But yes, being out in nature, absolutely. I think nature makes you connect, doesn't it? Makes you connect to the energy, to Mother Earth, to whatever the energy is that's going on around you. Absolutely. Good morning, Steve. Thank you, Tina. Zephora. In the process of making cayenne pepper tallow balm, a gift from my mum for neuropathy in the feet, and was prompted to put in tent while stirring. So lotions and potions make me feel witchy. Yes. I mean, you're putting a bit of magic in it anyway, and it's herbal healing, isn't it? So yeah, that would make you feel witchy for sure. I think perhaps even cooking does to a certain degree, doesn't it? Because you are quite often literally stirring a cauldron or a casserole dish or a saucepan can make you feel witchy. And you're putting intent into things, or I'm making this for people that I care about, so let's put some love in. Yeah, absolutely. Ruby, what does feeling witchy feel like to you? Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. So answers from everyone on that one too. What does feeling witchy feel like to you? It's magic. It's feeling that tingle for me, that itch, that the energy is there, that the witchy energy is there, that I want to connect with nature, that I want to connect with my spirit guides, that I want to work some magic, that I want to get the candles out, the herbs out, and do something or do a ritual. But it is that, I'm doing this because that's what it feels like to me. It is that tingle of energy, feeling that energy. That for me is the witchy feeling and wanting to work the magic. It's energy. It's all energy. Working magic is energy. Working spells is energy. So it is feeling that buzz of energy. Lucky Fairy Queen, this is so accurate. Love reading, and that makes me feel witchy too. I love reading. Bit too many books. No, you can never have too many books. I keep gathering. Yeah, crystals and cauldron too. Burning incense, enjoying a herbal tea in nature. Burning incense is a good one, isn't it? Burning incense or oils or scented candles. It's about switching on your senses, isn't it, I think? And incense and scent does make, it's the right scent. If it smells like Glastonbury, is my kind of rule of thumb, then it makes me feel witchy. So explain. That is Palo Santo, frankincense, sandalwood, patchouli, all of those, what I call magical smells, the scents that myrrh and frankincense, that specific ones that make me think of witchcraft. So Pete lit an incense cone last night. My screen's frozen. Hopefully yours is working. Pete lit an incense cone last night and it smelled like toilet cleaner. It was not pleasant. It did not make me feel witchy. It did not make me want to work magic. It smelled like toilet cleaner. So it is about getting the right incense, the right scent that will put you in the frame of mind to want to work some magic. But yes, I think scent in particular is quite prompting you. Lucky Fairy Queen. What prompts me is reconnecting to the feeling of peace. When I started my witchcraft routines, one of the biggest things that happened was the peace I found. Want to keep being peaceful. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, there is something very calming about it, but also that I'm doing this again. That's where I feel it. That energy flow. Yeah, nice. Good morning, Kerry and Ebony from sunny Glenelly. You have the sun, we have the rain. Good morning, Lolly. Claire Wayward by Amelia Hart, fiction book but accurate. They can. I think books in particular can make you feel like you want to get out there and do your stuff. Definitely. Good morning, Trudy. Sephora, the change of season. Oh, yes, the change of season makes me feel witchy too. I'm also brewing elderberry syrup before travelling and thanking Mother Elder for the berries, adding my spices to the brew for good health. Nice. Yep, got to honour the Elder Mother. My elder that I was gifted last year, is looking very healthy. It's got lots of buds, leaf buds. I'm looking out at it. Yep, the leaves have opened. It's got lots of leaves on it now coming. Yep, it's looking quite healthy. Different sides of the planet, different stages. That's weird too, isn't it? You're collecting the elderberries and I'm just got the leaves opening. But yes, I think the change of seasons too, because it's kind of liminal, isn't it? It is that tipping point, that in-between stage where you move from one season to the next. So yes, very magical. All liminal times are magical, I think, aren't they? Emma, feeling the air through the window each day and staring at my altar, wondering how I could change it up or what smell to use in my incense burner. Yeah, the fresh air, isn't it? That's connecting, isn't it, with the energy of nature. That is connecting with the energy of the day, feeling what that weather is doing out there. Yeah, yep, definitely. Staring at your altar, wondering how I could change it up. Yes, I do that quite a lot. Tina, witchcraft feeling for me is a giddy, buzzy, childlike fun feeling and also an inner peace. Yep, I would agree with that. Yes, definitely. Because we're energy again, aren't we? So it is. The dog's moving, needs his blanket sorted. You all right there? Yeah, you're going to go round and round in a circle and end up in the same place you started. Lucky Fairy Queen, the rain makes me feel extremely witchy too. Yes, I get that. It's nice looking at I'm looking out the window again. It's very distracting sitting in the kitchen because I keep wanting to look out the window. It is raining at the minute, but it's that kind of drizzly rain. The rain that I think you're talking about is proper rain. Yes, I can. That makes sense to me. Not the yucky drizzly rain that's out there at the minute. I guess it's going to be different for each person too, because what means something to me is going to be different to the next person. It is an interesting question, though, about what feeling witchy is to different people. I like that question. I might use that I'm going to jot that down. I think I just assumed that everyone felt the same, but they're not going to, are you? Interesting. It is going to be different for each person. And different prompts as well. So, for instance, incense, what makes me feel witchy might not necessarily make the next person feel witchy. It is perhaps quite a personal thing. And like the rain, I understand, yes, absolutely, that the rain makes you feel witchy, but it might not for everyone. It is those prompts. It is those prompts. It is those things that make you think, oh, I'm going to work some magic, or I'm going to work a ritual. Sometimes we work spells and rituals because we need to. So if you are in need of healing, or if there's a protection situation and you need to work a spell, then you're going to go through the motions anyway. And that need is there, I guess, to make you switch you into witchcraft mode because you need to work that spell. Sabbats as well, I guess. If you celebrate Sabbats, you might do a ritual for the Sabbat. But I think do you need to feel witchy before you start, whilst you're perhaps putting the ritual together is what switches you into witchcraft mode. Actually writing the ritual or researching the ritual is enough to switch you into the mode to feel witchy. Or perhaps it is the actual starting to work the ritual itself that makes you feel witchy. I'm just throwing these things out. You can tell I have no script. I'm just emptying my brain. Different prompts, different people, and setting the things in motion. Many, many years ago, when I first started on this pathway, there was a thing about having a key, a switch that switched you into witchcraft mode. And I've noticed it in some practices still, and even in a couple of courses that I've taken, where the idea is that you need special clothing to switch you into witchcraft mode. And I do see the point of that. I do see the point. I have several cloaks. I don't wear them very often these days. That I find them quite impractical in ritual and working magic. But there is something very magical about putting that cloak on, about dressing in your witchcraft clothes. Some practices will have robes. I had druid robes when I was part of the Druid Grove. That, again, was about switching you into magical mode, because as soon as you put your druid robes on, you switch things on. Some practices have a cord or a tabard or something that you put on, some apparel that you put on that says, right, I'm in spiritual mode now. And I think that does work quite well. If you need that kind of switch, clothing of some sort works quite well. I have a shawl that I have for meditation, which works quite well because I just put it around my shoulders when I'm meditating. And that is a kind of switch, right? Okay, we're in meditation mode now because the meditation shawl has gone on. I think perhaps the clothing these days for me, because my witchcraft is worked into my everyday life, I perhaps don't need or want that big switch to put my cloak on if I'm working kitchen magic. Having a cloak when you're trying to bake cake is not a practical idea. But I think there is something special about that, and particularly for ritual, I do like dressing up, for want of a better term, for ritual. There is something about putting on the garb that does put you into that frame of mind, the right frame of mind. And I think if you're working a ritual as well, to dress in something special is more honouring the gods, maybe, in some way. Just random thoughts out there. Random thoughts. Zephora. Thunderstorms have a similar effect. Oh, yes. Think it's all the electricity in the air. Yes. There is that crackle of energy, isn't it? The sun's going to come out now, isn't it? There is that crackle of energy, isn't there? we're energy again, aren't we? And it's connecting with that energy. Thunderstorms have power. Very, very, very magical power, absolutely. Emma. Nag Champa. Yes, yes. That is very witchy, isn't it? There is something very special about that scent. I've had incense and I've had essential oil that scent as well. Yeah, there's something very special about it, isn't there? Oh, hello. We've woken up. Good morning, Karen. Steve, as soon as I put on my cloak and robes that I only wear for ritual and feel the energy gnome, I'm going to do some spell work. Yeah, there's a definite key there, isn't there? There's a definite switch. Right, got my robes, got my ritual. That it does somehow switch something on in your brain that says, right, we're going to work some magic now. Yeah, there is something very special about robes and cloaks, I think. Just not overly practical sometimes. Humphrey says, I find a good windy day gets my magic flowing. Yeah, it's the weather, isn't it? Weather, I think, is a real good prompt. It is a good switch to push things, to get things going. Rain and wind, definitely, because they've got power behind them. So just putting the blanket on the door. Yeah, and it's Mother Nature, isn't it? It is connecting with Mother Nature that makes that difference as well. Definitely. See, I like working with sun magic too. So I think perhaps as well a nice warm sunny day, kind of soaking up the solar energy, makes you think, I could work some magic with this energy. We're back to connection again, I think, aren't we? It is connecting with that energy, connecting with Mother Nature that prompts magic to happen. Someone mentioned herbal tea earlier, which is what I'm drinking. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look very appealing. It looks quite gross, actually, but I don't know which flavour it is. Grass, I think. But that as well is perhaps making daily routines, mundane daily routines, magical. So you have your cup of herbal tea or your coffee or your normal tea and charge it with magical energy or connect with what's in the cup. So this is herbal tea. So I think we perhaps think magical herbs more quickly than magical coffee or magical normal tea, but all of the ingredients have got magic to them. So perhaps it is about doing that daily ritual and connecting with the energy of the ingredients in your cup.
Cherry and nettle.
Cherry and nettle, thank you. Yeah. Grass. I'm drinking it because it's good for me. It looks quite gross. Yeah, it does look how gross that looks. It tastes like grass. See, nettle was mentioned last week. I pay attention. Yeah, but it's about connecting with the energy, isn't it? So it doesn't matter what's in your cup, even if it's coffee chain store latte. Connect with the ingredients, and then that is magical, and that is a switch to turn you into magical mode, witchcraft mode. Karen, garden near my work has hyacinth. The smell is just so lifting. Hyacinth, such a strong smell. I can't have them in the house because they would leave my eyes streaming and my nose running. But they smell beautiful, don't they? They do look beautiful. So yeah, scent again that's one of your senses working, isn't it? Does it make you want to work magic? Does it make you feel witchy? I think it does, because I think it is about connecting again. So scent does make you connect with that plant, with that flower. So yeah, there's magic in there. Ruby, I have a sweatshirt with a grease stain that I could no longer wear. I covered it with some witchy textile art. It completely changed the energy and is now my go-to for witchy business. Nice. Practical and magical. Love it when that comes together. Humphrey, teas and coffee are really amazing. They're such a nice, easy way for casting all sorts of spells. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Black tea, just your normal tea bag tea, is full of all kinds of magic. Really good for psychic abilities, really good for clarity, really good for communication. Coffee, boosting your energy levels. That's a good clarity one as well. Just ordinary things that are full of magic. And I think it puts you in the witchcraft mood if you make that connection. So you sit having your cup of coffee and you connect with the energy of the coffee that's in your cup. That makes you feel witchy. Yeah, tea and coffee, Humphrey, definitely brilliant for working magic. Sephora, try nettle with hibiscus flowers. I have some hibiscus flowers. Hides the grass mode and makes it a pretty colour. This has got cherry in it. Just not a pretty colour. It's not a pretty colour at all. I'm guessing there's probably some turmeric in it as well because it's got that kind of curry colour to it. Trudy, making my incense blends the aromas and being asked to make one to help a friend who needs a time of peace and calm. When I open my old wooden cupboard and see all those jars and pestle and mortar, yes. When I open my herb cupboard, my magical herb cupboard, it hits you, doesn't it? That energy hits you. But when I open the kitchen cupboard with all the herbs and spices in, that hits you too, doesn't it? And it's connection again, isn't it? It's about connecting with the ingredients. And that, even if you're just going to make the lunch or make the dinner, connect with the energy of the ingredients will make you feel witchy. Yes, absolutely. Good morning, Xenia. Just hopped over to YouTube. Maybe the Facebook comments don't come up. Yes, if you're on YouTube, you won't see the Facebook comments. It's how it works. But I do try and put them up on the screen. I will try. Yeah, it does how it works. Technology. Xenia. Coffee is my magical potion. It is. It's full of magic. It is absolutely full of magic. And actually drinking it, you connect with the energy, you imbue the magic, it makes you feel witchy. But actually I add coffee beans and even instant coffee grounds to spell working. I add them to spell bags and witch bottles, and if I'm working magic of all kinds, I quite often put a pinch of coffee in there just to boost it, just to make it more powerful, just to give it more energy, just to make it work quicker. It is very magical stuff. I am a bit of a coffee wuss. I like my coffee weak with lots of milk and plenty of caramel syrup, just in case anyone wants to buy me one. Caramel latte. Yeah. Claire, oh, like your cacti. Yes, that side. Got a little cactus, little cacti. I joined one of the subscriptions. It's called Barry's Cactus Club. And every month I get sent a little cactus in a little pot. And then usually a little gifty thing as well, which is fun. Very good. Very, very good. Nice little surprise each month. And my collection is growing, as you can see. I'm not very good with houseplants. The garden, absolutely. Houseplants, not so much. But cacti, they seem to survive. So we're all good. Xenia. No, I mean you maybe can't see the Facebook comments. Oh, no, I can. They are, oh, they should all be coming up. They should all be coming up. I'm just scrolling back. Oh, they should be coming up. Technology. It should all be working. She says, hopefully. Humphrey, find coffee is really helpful to drink just before doing a reading for somebody. Yes, that would make sense because coffee, one of the magical properties it brings is clarity. So perfect before doing a reading. Yes, absolutely. Coffee for clarity, tea has full of psychic energies. So I think do we perhaps get this idea that we have to drink magical potions to kick things into action? Do we think we have to drink the herbal blends that taste horrible but they're full of magic? Do we discount tea and coffee quite often because it's a regular drink? I think perhaps we do sometimes, but all of it is full of magic. Even your glass of water is full of magic. Even your orange juice is full of magic. So it is connection again, isn't it? It's about connecting to those ingredients to make you feel witchy, to help you with your witchcraft, to boost you with your witchcraft. Yeah, absolutely. Xenia. Coffee brings energy to the brain very fast, so it helps with clarity and focus. It does. Does give you a bit of a downer afterwards. Big drop. But it does. Helps with clarity and focus, absolutely. Has anyone tried the mushroom coffees? The adaptogenic coffee, mushroom coffees. Some of those are quite nice and supposedly better for you than coffee. Good morning, sunflower. I thought that said sunflower margarine. It's a bit early for me. Good morning, sunflower margie. Sephora. I have certain pieces of jewelry that seem to carry a magical zoosh. Oh, I like that word, zoosh. Make me feel more magical, as does a good bit of eyeliner. Guess it's part of the ensemble that the witch likes to wear. Jewelry, yes, absolutely. There are certain pieces, I think that there are certain pieces you can charge your jewelry with magical energy for intent, for magical purpose, and putting it on would kind of switch you into magical mode. I tend to keep with the same various pieces, but I have my Pixie Made boar pendant with Larimar in it, and I have my boar bracelet that Pixie made as well. They're magical. They're magical anyway. So they bring my connection, or help bring my connection to my animal spirit guide. So often we have pieces like that. If you have a pentacle necklace, pendant, whatever it might be, that might be a switch to put on. As soon as you put your pentacle on, you feel magical. Quite often, and I know Heather and Ness do the same, quite often if we are out and going to big events, we wear certain crystal pendants for protection, for courage, for general well-being, because crystals carry their magic, obviously. That makes you feel witchy. Charging with intent, putting them on, switches you into that magical mode as well. Jewelry can be quite powerful, can't it? I like the eyeliner it did. I mean, I've done a talk on magical makeup anyway. You can use makeup for all kinds of magic. Even I think just putting makeup on, it makes me feel more confident. It is a shield, maybe. But yeah, the black eyeliner, does it make you feel witchy? Yeah, go for it. It is another thing, isn't it? Another key, another something that you put on to make you feel witchy. Definitely. Xenia. No, but I tried mushroom enhanced cacao for focus. It was nice. Interesting. Haven't tried that one. Nice. The adaptogenic. That's it. Mushrooms. Very nice. Right, Heather. All the comments coming up on screen are from YouTube. None from Facebook. Oh, that's interesting. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Phone. Where's my phone? I'm getting my phone. Technology, not my friend, is it? Let's have a look. I apologise if I have missed any comments. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. There we are. Wow, lots. Yes, I apologise. None of the Facebook comments coming up. That's interesting. That is interesting. Let's have a look. It is set to all destinations. Interesting. Right, I'll go through these. I'll go through the Facebook ones from my phone. We can do this. Tina, I like dandelion coffee. Yuck. That does taste like dirt. Dandelion's got all sorts of properties, hasn't it? It is solar powered, so it's got all of the energies that the sun brings with it. So it is strength and courage and confidence and all of the good stuff. Just tastes yucky. Right, let's go through some of these. I apologise for that.
I put all the links on at the start. Did you not see them?
No, they're not coming up.
They're
It's
coming
not
up on mine.
it's not showing me Facebook. It's not showing me. It's not showing me Facebook
You
comments.
can see them when you put them up, like normal. So
Yeah, but I'm not getting them, so I can't put them up because it's not showing me them.
Well, that's
so
rude.
It is very rude.
I just thought you hated me.
Let's have a look. If I click that button, what happens there? Bear with me a second. No, it's not showing me any of the Facebook ones at all. So let's go through them on here. Oop, right. All comments. Now the phone's not playing ball either. Oh, come on. Have we got a retrograde or fairies in the house or or something? Right, let's try it on here. Bear with me, people. We'll get it. We will get there. We will get there. So Zephora just cleaned my car and found about 1 kilo of crystals. Yeah, I think that's a witch thing, isn't it? We do find crystals everywhere. Right, I'm switching over to, let's get that up. I have done nothing different, so I don't know why it's right. Okay. So Jalala, hello Jalala. I apologise. Jane's there as well. Hello. I thought I was missing a few people. It's not even showing me all of those now. Right. Yes, Facebook comments have been swallowed up by the dark moon. Yes, Sarah's there as well, Mercury as well. Yeah, we've got the lot. Even on Facebook now, I can't see all of the comments. So I'll read what I can see. Jalala, just getting into the mushroom thing. Got myself some cordyceps and reishi blend. Probably shouldn't have watched The Last of Us beforehand. Oh, I'm assuming that was a bad mushroom experience. Jane, I have a crystal pendant I wear when I go to moots and circle meetings so it can soak up the energy and bring it home. Yeah, crystal pendants and jewelries, I think, they are quite key pieces sometimes, aren't they, in making you feel witchy. Let's see if I can. Oh, there they are. There are all the Facebook comments. I'm going to flip between pages. Xenia says, when I need to do a spell urgently and in need, I do it usually. The right energy is there. Yes, absolutely. Mostly small candle magic or a fire ceremony. Yeah, I think there is that need. You just need to do it. So you automatically switch into witchcraft mode. Xenia says cloaks are very much associated with magic. Yes, they are, aren't they? They are traditionally perhaps quite magical things. Angela, good morning. Changing into special clothes, leaving the mundane behind and entering the magical. Yeah, it is. It's just a switch, isn't it? It is the thing about moving us into that magical mode. And clothing is quite good for doing that. Good morning, Louise. Oh, good morning, David. Thought it was quiet. David, I don't wear anything special. I think it's mostly due to my part and still being at home. A bit harder to explain about the robes in the fan washing. Yeah, if I am at home, I don't put on anything special. But they do. It works, doesn't it? Sometimes, if you want that extra thing to put it. Maria, I wear black. You do. It's very, very granny weather wax on you. Cherry nettle sounds horrendous. Yeah, it's not the best. Louis, such a good idea to just pause and think of intent as much as possible. Must get more into routine of doing this. I do always say, don't work magic if you're not angry, because it can go horribly wrong. So to take time to step back and think about it helps. But I think perhaps part of that process, if you do have to stop and work a spell, but you do have to stop and write a spell or think about putting it together, does make you feel witchy. That's what kind of switches it in. Jane, is that a tea bag or a poo bag? It's not attractive, is it? It is not attractive. Yeah, it's a bit yucky. Nettle soup. No, I'm not going to be eating that. Jane, being with witchy friends at our monthly moot makes me feel like I'm part of the witchy world. Yeah, it's connection, isn't it? I mean, I've talked about connection with uh, ingredients and connection with nature, but connection with people, connection with like-minded folk is going to make you feel witchy, isn't it? Jane also says, opening my box of essential oils is a timeless feeling of witchiness, no matter what's in it. Yes, that's scent again, isn't it? You're back to working with your senses. Christine, good morning. Sitting by the fireside and burning dragon blood incense, nice, and introducing myself to whoever I want to work with, and speaking my words in chant to raise the energy. Words as well, isn't it? Words as well have that. Well, we know that words have power because we work spells with them, but just certain words can put you in that witchy frame of mind too, can't they? Jane says, bringing live plants into my house is like the kiss of death. I only bring in things I need to dry for magic. Yes, house plants scream when they come in my house. uh, Angela loves mushroom coffee. Yes. Uh, Sarah, yeah. Adaptogenics. Yes. The one I had was London Nootropics. Raw Eden in Wickham stocks those. Yes. Definitely. Right. I think I've caught up with that. Um, Obviously, the setup today is not quite what it should be. So I apologise for that. Emma, when I think of makeup, I think war paint. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, it seems Facebook is playing up a little bit today. Claire, draw a sigil with eyeliner and wash it off after. No commitment than a tattoo. Yeah, yes, absolutely. There is a chat about makeup. I think makeup itself can be used as magical ingredients. Eyeliner in particular for clarity, for sight, for seeing the truth. Lipstick for communication. There's all sorts of connections, but it can be a key to switch you into magical mode. Absolutely. Sunflower Margie, my witch's knot ring always makes me feel witchy. Yeah, it is. It's a key, isn't it? It's a like, oh yeah, that's my witchy thing. Techno goblin. Yeah, we need. I think they're messing about today, Emma. Sephora to a fellow fire starter. That would be me. Good flame fire is great. Yes. Yeah. I guess just sitting, lighting a fire or lighting a candle can put you in that magical mode and switch you into that magical mode. Absolutely. Xenia, I have house stones because all house plants I've had have died. House stones. Yeah, yeah. The cactus are fine. They're quite happy, but yeah, definitely. Um, I think it is about having those things that work for you. It is about having those prompts, and they are going to be different for everyone. David, really oddly enough, speaking in rhyme while looking at someone doesn't matter what poem you use, it switches the brain into magical mode. That's interesting. I find it interesting with chants and with spells. I am a bit rubbish at rhyming, but when I put a spell together, I do like it to rhyme. Somehow for me, it makes that lyrical rhyming of it makes it feel more powerful and makes it flow more easily. Perhaps poetry in itself is a magical mode. Does reading or saying poetry make you feel magical? Because it's got that lyrical tone to it. I don't know. I have to use the rhyming dictionary on on the internet because I am a bit rubbish at poetry. Yeah, rhyming chants. Chants of any kind, I think, kind of put you into the magical mode, don't they? That repetition makes it magical. Xenia had a cactus as a teen. It was ignored for years. One time it bloomed. Some of these have bloomed. Some of these have had flowers on them. Yeah, they seem quite happy there. So I just ignore them most of the time. I remember to water them occasionally, which is probably why cactus survive because occasionally is quite occasional. Thank you. Heather's put a link there to Working Magic with Makeup, I think. It's all juggling this morning. 15. Wicked giggling at some funny thing or happening or even mistake that I make. Laughter raises the energy so much. Well, you know what we're like. Myself, Ness, and Heather spend an inordinate amount of time laughing at stuff. And it does, it raises the energy. And I think energy is perhaps at the base of it all, that connection to that energy, whatever you're doing, that energy and energy level is at the base of it all. And switching that energy into magical mode, yes and no, because I think I've got to the stage now where it does all meld together. I'm not a witch separately from everything else that I do. I don't have certain witchcraft times of the day. I don't have, right, that's it. I'm not working in, office working off the computer. Let's switch to witchcraft mode. I'm a witch, whatever I'm doing. And I try to work it into whenever I'm doing the housework. I might be chanting, clearing negative energy when I'm dusting and vacuuming. So it is about bringing it in to everything that I do. Perhaps that's why I don't use the keys so much anymore, the cloaks and that kind of thing, because it works into daily life. But I do have times when I fall off of the spiritual wagon, and lose my connection. So the prompts that kind of bring me back into it are like reading the fiction book that I'm reading at the moment, which is very magical. The witches all work with elements, which is fascinating. And that kind of inspires things. Yeah, but it is going to be different for every person. Angela. Saw this yesterday, fits me perfectly. No green thumbs here. I'm more of a plant hospice worker, using the transition as plants go off to the other world. Yes, that would be me too with houseplants. I don't know what it is about houseplants. Garden ones, no problem. Got garden plants, all very healthy, all very happy, growing away. Houseplants, I've got one that I've managed to keep, and I think that's because it borders on the side of cacti. Yeah, mine too. Mine too. Um, Sarah, that's why I have Lego flowers. Everything doesn't survive. Some of those Lego flowers are brilliant, aren't they? I have seen them. They look fantastic. I do have hay fever, so I can't have flowers in the house very often. Jane, we didn't raise enough energy for our spirit board session in circle last night. Resulted in a prankster called Ben hogging the board and just jerking us around. So we switched to mediumship, and it was great. I think it does. It depends how you work and who you work with as well, doesn't it? When you are in circle, the energy of each circle is going to be different depending on who is in circle with you. Whether the people, if they're not committed in circle, then you're going to lose that connection, aren't you? You're going to lose that witchiness. Um, and if there are people in circle that don't really want to be there or are struggling with stuff, it is going to affect the energy of everyone that's in circle. Even online, we found, even online, when I'm doing my chats or when we're doing the online rituals, the energy changes depending on who's there and what mood they're in and whether they are committed to doing whatever we're doing or yeah, it affects it. The group of people that come together, the energy changes depending on who they are and how they're feeling. Absolutely. Um, David's planning his Fairy Fest costume this year. We look forward to the photos, David. Christine, cacti and succulents are so easy to look after, and I often forget to water them until they look like they're gasping for a drink, and I love to see them being revived. Almost hear them saying, "Thank goodness she saved us in time." Yes, now I haven't watered them for a little while because they do kind of go into a bit of a hibernation over winter. My cactus that came from my Barry's Cactus Club this month came with a little bottle of cactus feed. So they've all been woken up with their spring water and feed. I don't know, feeding the plants as well, I guess. Gardening, definitely a key to witchcraft because you are connecting with Mother Earth. Every morning when I step outside with Eric so he can poodle about, I connect with the energy of the day. But it's I step out into the garden and connecting with the energy of the garden gives me my witchcraft boost for the day, I guess, because I am connecting with the energy of the garden. So yeah, whether you feed the plants, water the plants, or garden, that connection is going to give you a witchcraft boost as well, isn't it? I guess. So yeah, more the fairy tale witches making other livings, being unlive. That's what we do with plants. It is going to be different for each person, though, isn't it? And I think it is. There's no right or wrong here. So work, if you switch into witchcraft mode by putting your robes and your cloak on, brilliant. And I do love doing that sometimes. There is much as I am a kitchen witch, folk magic witch these days, there is something very special about doing the ceremonial stuff occasionally. It's like putting your best frock on and going out for a posh meal as opposed to sitting in the local cafe having a fry up. Both lovely, just different. So there's no right or wrong, I don't think. And if what works for you really, whether it is reading a book or watching practical magic or listening to music. And again, we've talked about music as well. It doesn't have to be pagan music that puts you in the pagan witchcraft mood. There are some fabulous pagan bands out there and singers. But if it's Metallica that makes you feel witchy, then go for it. It is different for different people, obviously. Um, I guess on the flip side, is there anything that makes you feel definitely not witchy? I don't know. Stuff that makes you feel completely unwitchified. That word? I know there's some music that would probably do that for me. Um, although if it's music I hate, like I like a lot of music. I do not like rap. Uh, it might make me feel witchy because I might want to blast the speakers so that it stops. I'm just trying to think if there's anything that makes me feel not witchy. I don't think there is really, but there might be things that kind of I don't know, maybe if you are in the middle of a huge city inside a 1970s concrete car park, nowhere near nature, would that kind of dull the witchy senses? Perhaps not for me because I do connect with the energy of whatever building I'm in as well. Doesn't matter if it's a 1970s car park, I will connect with the energy that's there. but perhaps being away from nature might dull the witchcraft senses for some folk. Yes, just a random thought. Um, Heather, Rose of Jericho, indestructible. Yes, they're bizarre things, aren't they? Indestructible. In fact, needs to be dried out to stay healthy. Very useful for magic too. Heather, you did a blog on Rose of Jericho, didn't you? Bizarre things, totally bizarre things. If you've never come across one, do have a look at the blog. It's a fascinating thing. Christine, cleaning the bathroom takes away the magic a tad. Yeah, I guess so. Cleaning the toilet. Yeah, that's perhaps not quite so magical, is it? Sarah, places or some people don't. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think perhaps your situation, what you're surrounded, the area that you're surrounded with, the place that you're in, will have perhaps uh, an effect on how magical you feel. Um, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. It is difficult, isn't it, sometimes as well, where if you're so used to talking magic and talking witchy, to then be in, I don't know, an office situation where yeah, coming out with spells and banishings and swanning around the office in your cloak, probably not a good idea. Thankfully, I don't work in an office anymore, but I did for many years. I had kind of different personas. I had the work me who went into work in a suit all the time, and then the witchy me that put the cloak on when I got home. Yeah, not so easy to do. Not so easy to do when you are in that situation, being grown up and professional and not talking about witchy stuff. That's yeah, that dampens the energy somewhat. Um, yes, that's true. Heather says toilets useful for flushing things away. Yes, I guess if you're cleaning the bathroom, you can flush away stuff, working magic at the same time. David says, I know being around some people drain the witchy out of me. Total vibe blockers. Yeah, I think we all know people like that, don't we? It happens. Yeah, it does happen, doesn't it? Um, yeah, shields up, red alert. Think, I knew David wouldn't let me down. Think of the bog brush as a wand and you're casting a banishing spell. Now, there you go. There is the thought for today. And I think that's perfect time to wrap it up with David's magical tip for today. Toilet brush wands for banishing. I like it. Definitely, definitely a good idea. Yeah, whatever you're doing today, hopefully you will get your witchy on in whatever way works for you. As I say, if you do want to follow some magical prompts, daily magic, and watch and follow the work in progress, do have a look at the Hearth Witches membership over on the Kitchen Witch website. Otherwise, I will see you all here next week. Have a wonderfully witchy week, whatever you are doing, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Take care, everyone.